Now you can see this is done, and look, the error is gone now. Okay, now if you'll refresh that one, let me show this to you. Now if I go here in my workspace, and now if I just click on that refresh, then error should not come. Just a minute, it is a bit slow. Hmm. Now if I just click on that refresh, then you will see this error will not come. It is refreshing now, and please focus on the time also. Both the time will be the same. Okay, now it is working on it. Let it complete. Look, there is no error, and you can see the date and time. Okay, and always remember, for this you have to configure the data gateway. Okay, like in my system, the data gateway is configured here. If I show this to you, if you see in the gateway, look, the gateway is configured, but if in your system that is not configured, it will not work. So for that, you can click on this download option here, and you can go for this data gateway. Okay, so you have to go for this data gateway. Once you click on this, it will ask you want to go for a standard or personal mode. So go for the personal mode and download that data gateway. So one exe file will be downloaded, and simply you have to click on that and install that normal installation. Okay, and that is a one-time activity only. So then you will be able to see your data gateway here. After that, if you want to schedule this report, so you can see this refresh. Click here. Look, configure a refresh schedule. You can turn this on and you can schedule it daily, weekly, or whatever. So if I say daily, I want to schedule. So you can select your time zone from here, whatever the time zone you want to take it, and you can add the time. Like I clicked on this and I said at 10 a.m. I want to refresh this. You can add the multiple times, like one time you want to refresh at 10 a.m. Second, you want to refresh at 12 p.m. or 12:30 p.m. like this. So you can select this. So you can add the multiple times over here. Okay. Here you can go for these contact. You can enter the email address over here. So what will happen if there is any issue to refresh the data set at the scheduled time? So it will trigger the email to that particular person whose email ID you have entered. So it will trigger the failure notification. So it will only trigger the email when this refresh is failure. Okay, if your server is down or any kind of a issue while the time of refreshing on the scheduled time, then only this email will be triggered to that person. Okay, so these kind of a refresh you can perform it. Okay, So like this, you can schedule this one. So this is basically the scheduled reference, and this is one of the most important thing which I have used into my multiple projects, this refresh activity, because if your data is keep changing on the daily basis, so if your data keep changing on the daily basis, so every time you have to refresh this into your Power BI dashboard, then again you have to publish this one. So that is a quite difficult. So for this one, you can directly connect with that, with the data source credentials, as I have shown this to you earlier now, few minutes earlier. And after that, in the refresh, you can schedule a frequency to refresh your data set. Okay, so that can be used it over here. But this feature and functionality only you can use it when you will have the proper login credentials. If you do not have, then you will not be able to use that. Okay, is it clear, everyone? The email ID.
The organization.
Yes, organizational email ID, correct. Because you can use it, but the email will be triggered. Okay, that you will get the notification on that email ID. So I never suggest anyone to directly use that official email ID. But yes, if you are developing, if you're already using, or that Power BI desktop is already installed into your official laptop, right? So then you can use that login credentials. But I always suggest in your official laptop, if you are using, or into your personal laptop if you try to use, so don't go for that. First of all, take the permission from the IT person, so you follow all the policy of your organization.
Okay, sure.
Okay, Power BI services, if you do not have the credentials, so no need to worry about it. So meanwhile, you can just refer this session which I have just told you about, this Power BI services to create the workspace, to publish the dashboard, to share the dashboard and everything. So this is something you can utilize this one. In the interview related to this the same thing question is asked. Okay, have you worked on the workspace? What is mean by the workspace? How to create the workspace? Okay, so all these kind of questions are being asked into the interview related to this workspace. So workspace is nothing but basically this is a repository where you are just going to create your own workspace. Workspace is just like a simple, in the layman way, if I talk about, workspace is just like a folder you are creating. Okay, so there you just create your own workspace as per a meaningful name regarding your project, and you can publish your dashboard which you have created on Power BI desktop into that created workspace. Okay, and from there you can publish, from there you can share with a multiple end users. Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now in your workspace, if you see this manage access, okay, so here suppose if I have created this workspace and now I just want to give the authority to someone also who can publish the dashboard here, or can give the access to someone, right? So I can just go into this manage access and here I can search here. So as of now you can see that I am an admin. So here, what I can do, I can add the people or the groups here whom I just want to give the access. So I can simply click on this add people or a groups and I can enter the email ID over here of that person, and I can select the role, that what kind of a role I just want to assign to them. As a viewer only, as a contributor, as a whole sole access, which is the admin or the member, and so on. Okay, and you can see admin, members, and the contributors have added and view access. Viewers only have the view access. So remember, if you are giving the access to the admin, member, or the contributor to the anyone, so they can add it, they can make any kind of a changes into this workspace. Remember this point. Okay, and if you click on this learn more, so I'd request everyone, please read this document very carefully. Okay, because this is going to give you the more clarity on that. Okay, so let it open. If I scroll it little bit down, so here you can see, look, if you are giving the admin role or the member or the contributor or the viewer, right? So what exactly is happening? So if you give the admin role, so person can update and delete the workspace. Person can anyone person that person can add to anyone or remove to anyone, including other admins also. Okay, this one. So admin has a all kind of a controls. Please make sure about that. Okay, if you are giving the members to anyone, so member cannot delete your workspace, member cannot update your workspace, member cannot add anyone or delete anyone, right? So this kind of a capabilities, you can see that on which role what kind of a capabilities are here now. Okay, so this is one of the most important things. So not all, just keep this few the common things. So just the few capabilities points are here, but here these top four or the top fives are basically the most important points. Okay, admin will have all the rights definitely, but here in the interview probably to make you confused, they can ask you, okay, what are the different capabilities for the admin and the member. Okay, can member and can member update or the delete the workspace, or can member add any new person or delete any existing person? So the answer is no. Okay, so these kind of things are here. So I am sharing this link in the chat window, so you can refer this from the reading material. Okay, and here in this page you can see, look, okay, until you do not have the access, so you can read this. Okay, what is a workspace, how to create the workspace, right? Like this, you can see create the workspace, all the screenshots are here now. Then the workspace settings, everything you can see, right? So this is something we have just created like this. Okay, and how to create your own workspace, if you go for the create a workspace, right? So you can see, I told you workspace, then click on the new workspace. This window will come where I have given the name as a batch 7:30 a.m. like that, right? Then click on OK and it will get created, right? So these kind of things you will be able to see it over here. In the workspace also, it says you can create the folders. Like here, if you go, you can create the multiple folders over here like this. Okay, you can see. So look, it is creating this, the sample folder is created like this. Okay, so in this way, now for example, suppose if I click on folder and if I say my folder, okay, now I have created this my folder here. Now if you just go here, okay, now if you select this by 7:30 a.m., okay, so now it will publish it over there only. Look, and if with the same name, if any other file or the dashboard is already existing, so it will ask you, please override that. Do you want to override that? So in that case, you can use this. Yes, I want to replace that. Okay, then it will override it. So if you will refresh this one, you will be able to see the latest date and time of your report and semantic model. Look, okay. And this is something, if you want to move here in the folder, you can move into the folder as well. Okay. So this is the way how actually you can just perform. You can see the move to, right? You can select this new folder and you can move that there. Okay. Okay, this next refresh, as you are able to see this NA, so this next refresh you will be able to see when you will schedule the frequency to refresh your data set. Okay, so like I shown you that 10:30 or the 1:30, if you're selecting that and if you're just giving it, so that time you will be able to see it over here. Now we can take the break for the next 5 minutes and then I'll just give the some assignment to you guys. Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Format your report page. Go into canvas setting. You can go into the custom and you can define the height and width. Like you can see the width is increasing. From the custom, hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Canvas
from the,
setting. Yeah, canvas setting, then custom.
yeah, custom and then you can go for the height and width.
Okay, got it, sir.
Yeah,
Anu,
okay.
can you please show the tags dashboard?
Hmm.
Dashboard's looking something different. Can I share my screen?
You have used the text column, na?
Yes.
So what is the different one?
The values.
Which
Your values are in
uh,
million, as in thousand.
where in which graph you're talking about?
In total sales, total profit,
Tot
even
which
even in the
total
tax by category.
tax by category? Yeah, that is into the million. Yes.
Mine is in thousand.
So you have changed the display unit probably. Nevertheless, you can share the screen. From there on, leaving the session till here. So just do the practice on this one. Create all these dashboards from the scratch level. and in the next session also we will just go for this dashboard, but we will see the different kind of a functionality. Rather than creating these multiple dashboards for the multiple pages, we can perform everything on the single page as well. Okay, so we will see how we can create that kind of functionality. But yes, everyone, the assignment is very clear. The dashboard, formatting, everything, please do the practice on that, because next time we are also going to create a dashboards, and rather than creating the multiple dashboards into multiple pages, we will create the multiple dashboards into the single page. Okay, but related to the formatting, in the similar way we will go with that, so please focus on that and practice on that.
Sir, I have a query. What are the common DAX functions that we use usually?
So the few DAX functions I have told you as of now.
Yes, other than
But
those?
other than those, we have a SumX, we have a calculated, we have a filter, we have a filters, related table, related. So all these tags are very common.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
ठीक है, sir.
Okay.
So these will be taught in the next class, no?
In the upcoming sessions, not into the next class, but in upcoming sessions, we will see that.
Okay, and
Few-
today's assignment is what kind of dashboards we have to create?
All
Apart
these
from this-
dashboards which you have seen in the yesterday and today, what we have covered, you have to create it from the scratch level. Focus on the formatting, that where you have to change this formatting, you know, in the pie chart, in the column chart, what we have seen till today, right?
Okay.
So all these things you have to cover, so you will not face any kind of a challenges when we will go to the next time.
Okay.
Okay.
Sir,
Yeah.
hello.
Yes, please.
Copy paste this one